be completing part B of the climate activity. For this activity, you are going to need to assign jobs to each person in your group. We need a pen light operator, that will be the facilitator, a light spot tracer, a ruler and angle measurer, and a square counter. If you only have 2 or 3 people in your group, one person might need to do more than one job. In this activity, the light from the pen light represents a bit of sunlight. Imagine you could just grab a light of ray from the sun about an inch across and see how that ray hits the earth. Place your graph paper on the table and hold the pen light straight up and down over the paper at a 90-degree angle so that the end of the pen light is 2 centimeters above the paper. This orientation of the light is like when the sun is directly overhead, high in the sky. This is an example of 2 inches above the paper and 90 degrees. You can see the light that shines down on the graph paper. You are going to be tracing that dot on your graph paper. Then you're going to count the number of squares that light takes up. You might want to label each circle with the degree of measurement, so I labeled mine with 90 degrees. You're going to then count the number of squares within the light spot and determine in general about how bright the light in the spot is. For example, is it very bright, not so bright, dim? You're going to put your observations in the angle of sunlight data table on the next page, right here. So for my 90 degrees and 2 centimeters above, I would put number of squares in the spotlight and the brightness of the spotlight. Then you're going to use your protractor to tilt the pen light at a 45-degree angle to the graph paper so that the end of the pen light is still 2 centimeters directly above the paper. Here's mine at 45 degrees. Again, you're going to trace the light that ends up on the graph paper, and again, I would label it with 45 degrees. You'll then fill in the table for 45 degrees, 2 centimeters, and fill in your data. Then you're going to use your protractor to tilt the pen light at a 20-degree angle. So now I'm at about a 20-degree angle, and again, 2 inches above the paper. I will then trace my light, count the number of squares, and fill in my data table. Once you've finished, answer the following questions with your group members.